Have you ever felt alone with no one to turn to? Have you ever woken up in the morning freezing cold and wet? Have you ever felt you've lost everything you care for? Hopefully not, but some people have. The people you may not have noticed.
4 years ago, I had a 5-bedroom house in Wilford Village with no mortgage, and I went into rehab and met a homeless person and fell in love with him, left everything for him and became homeless. I lost my BMW, my son more than anything.
About 10 years ago, I had to resign from my job because I had a nervous breakdown, very bad one. So I lost my job. My family disowned me.
I was kind of divorced. I ended up on the streets, didn't I? You know. And I was sleeping by the swimming baths.
Long-winded story. I left Birmingham, fleeing domestic violence.
People come to Emmanuel House over 100 a day, and if you think about your own life, what defines you are the things you do during the day. They're your support networks. They're how you occupy your time. It's the daytime is when you solve problems. It's when you seek support from family, from friends. But for the people who come to us, they do have two things in common. One is that very few of them have strong community support, are linked into their local, are not linked into their local communities, and have very few firm family ties.
Some aren't just in need of the ongoing support offered by Emmanuel House, but need emergency crisis help.
There's a significant homelessness problem. A lot of it is hidden because people are able to stay with friends for short periods of time, but in very insecure situations, at which point that could be withdrawn any time. While we've been open, we have seen approximately 200 different individuals in a 4-month period.
Services don't work in isolation. Residents of the winter shelter are referred through Emmanuel House, which is their first port of call.
What makes Emmanuel House different is that it is an integrated service that supports individuals in more than just one area. The day centre is a place where emergency help can be sought, for example food, clothing, showers, help from a nurse who visits daily, and where visitors can begin to create social bonds with others, sharing meal times and purposeful activities with others. That might include art group, walking group, working on the allotment, football. From within that non-threatening environment, support workers can then help people find solutions to their problems.
The outreach element at Emmanuel House has 3 parts to it. One is a mental health outreach service that works with people in hostels. One is a prison outreach service that engages with prisoners before release. And one is an outreach service to people that require support in their own homes. Part of the way that the outreach services and Emmanuel House Day Centre works is that it's trying to engage with isolated people that will maybe find it difficult to access services, and what we're trying to achieve is to integrate them into the work that takes part at Emmanuel House Day Centre.
It's important to understand that without Emmanuel House, some people have nowhere to turn. It is easy to become homeless. We are all vulnerable, and sometimes we just need help. Difficult and desperate times can come to us all, and when we least expect it. And by that, I include myself.